Narrator: For years, the public was told that video footage from the Metropolitan Correctional Center clearly proved no one entered Jeffrey Epstein's cell on the night of his death. Officials insisted the cameras were functioning, the tier was secure, and the timeline was airtight. Any gaps, they said, were minor technical glitches, routine issues in an aging federal facility. The case was closed. The conclusion was simple: suicide. But in July 2025, when the FBI finally released the so-called raw files under the Transparency Act, independent forensic analysts began combing through the data frame by frame. What they found wasn't dramatic at first: no shadowy figure, no obvious intruder. Instead, it was something subtler. Embedded timestamps appeared inconsistent. Segments of footage overlapped by fractions of a second. Metadata showed encoding markers suggesting the files had been processed more than once before release. The government had long maintained that the cameras outside Epstein's cell had malfunctioned. Yet, the newly released files seemed to tell a more complicated story. There were logs indicating active recording during the very window previously described as lost, audio channels, previously thought to be non-existent, contained faint ambient noise. Experts couldn't make out voices, but they could confirm the microphones were not entirely dead. Even more puzzling were the system access records. According to the facility's internal digital logs, the surveillance server had been remotely accessed shortly after midnight, not unusual on its own, but never disclosed in prior reports. Officials later stated that routine diagnostics were often performed automatically. Critics questioned why those diagnostics coincided so precisely with the timeframe under scrutiny. Former federal technicians interviewed about the anomalies offered cautious explanations. Compression artifacts, they said, can mimic edits. Automatic time resynchronization can create timestamp drift. None of the irregularities conclusively proved tampering. But collectively, they challenged the long-standing claim that the footage was clear and complete. Public reaction reignited almost overnight. Lawmakers called for renewed hearings. Civil liberties groups demanded independent review of the original hardware. Commentators across the political spectrum asked the same question: if nothing was hidden, why hadn't these technical details been disclosed